Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. As many of you know, I worked as a makeup artist for over 20 years. I've actually been in the beauty industry in some capacity for over 25 years now. And in that time, so many new brands have come onto the beauty scene. When I first became obsessed with makeup, the high-end brands that were really popular were Estee Lauder, Lancome, Clinique. MAC had already been popular for a little while. So what I wanted to do today in this video was a full face of those iconic brands. The brands that if you are in my age group, 40 plus, these are the brands that you most likely grew up purchasing. Before I get started, I do want to thank Nordstrom for partnering with me on this video. Nordstrom has been my one-stop shop for clothing, shoes, cosmetics, and gift items for several years now. Their selection is incredible and their customer service is unmatched. And because we are in the holiday season, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some of the holiday sets that Nordstrom has that I'm looking into purchasing as gifts or even for myself that I think are really good values and you might want to check out. All right, I've got you all zoomed in, so let's do some makeup. There was no way that I could do a full face of big, iconic brands without using my beloved Estee Lauder Double Wear. I just purchased a brand new bottle of this foundation. This time I purchased the shade 2W2 Rattan. I wear tawny in the summertime and when I've been self-tanning, but Rattan is closer to my current natural skin color. So as you can see, I just applied a couple of dots and now I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. And by the way, my beauty blender is damp. All right, foundation is complete and now it's time for concealer. And for that, I am using Clinique. This is their Even Better Concealer and Eraser. This concealer does have a little sponge on the end for blending, but I do personally prefer to use either my fingers or a brush or a sponge. I'm also going to take this concealer over my lid to act as an eyeshadow base. I haven't used this product in a while and I had forgotten how good it is. It really has pretty incredible coverage. What a difference that made. Now to set my under eye concealer and my T-zone, I am using the Mineralized Skin Finish in Light from MAC. Not enough people talk about how good this powder is for setting under eye concealer. It's kind of sad that a lot of these brands that are older get overlooked. Kind of like a lot of us humans. The older we get, the less people seem interested in us, which is really sad. I'm sure somebody will comment, that's not true. And hopefully in your experience it isn't. But I think as a whole, those of us over 40 would say that we feel a lot less visible than we did when we were younger. Okay, this topic could get pretty depressing, so let's lighten the mood, shall we? And move on to bronzer and talking about these fantastic iconic brands. I'm using this Laguna bronzer from NARS. Now, some of you might be thinking, NARS, is that really an older iconic brand? And the answer is yes, it is. NARS is now a huge global brand and it was launched in 1994 by Francois NARS. And I remember when I first heard about it and I heard the names of some of the products, I was like, ooh, scandalous. And I know there are some people that still don't like the names of NARS products. I've been using Laguna bronzer and NARS blushes for pretty much as long as the brand has been around. Let's see, 1994, I was 21. And now for my brows, I'm going to use this pencil from Chanel. This is the shade Brun Naturel in the crayon pencil. I was actually working at a Chanel counter when I met my husband and when we got engaged and when we got married. We got engaged in '99 and married in 2000. When I was in college, I used to buy this pencil in taupe. And it was pretty pricey even back then, but we didn't have nearly as many options as we do now. And it just worked the best for me. And I would save up my money. I worked as a nanny in college and as a promotional model. You know, those people at the department store that came at you with the bottles of perfume. That was me. So what I was saying is that I would save up my money to buy the Chanel pencil. All right, for my eyes, we are going back to MAC, and I'm using the Burgundy x9 eyeshadow palette. As usual, MAC has some really nice holiday gifts that I am contemplating. I'm gonna put a couple of them up here on the screen. Let me know if you've purchased them yet or if you plan to. I don't know what it is, I just love holiday sets. I guess it's because you can try out so many different shades for a really reasonable price. And I also like having those minis for when I go out at night and I'm carrying a smaller handbag, so they fit a lot easier. This palette does have names on it. They're just very small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a photo of the palette somewhere on the screen and then circle the shade or shades that I'm using. So I'm going into these two shades right here, and I'm putting this all over my lid and up into the crease. I really don't know what look I'm going to do, but it's going to be something in the burgundy tones because I'm using the Burgundy x9. I've had this palette for a while. I love taking these when I travel because they're just so, well, easy to travel with. They're compact, they have a great variety of shades. And now I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to go into the shimmer shade. I guess I'm just doing one of my classic go-to looks. But I guess that makes sense if we're talking about classic, iconic makeup. I'm doing my classic, well, I'm not gonna call it iconic, but my classic makeup look. That would be a little strange if I called myself iconic. And now I'm going to go into the darkest shade in the palette and pop that on my outer corners. And then I'm going to blend it into the crease. So I guess this is turning into like a plum smoky eye. I'm gonna go back in with that first brush I used with nothing on it and blend out. Now I'm gonna take this middle shade from the palette and run that along my lower lash lines. All right, next up is a product that I do think is iconic. It is the Art Liner from Lancome. I remember using this years and years ago, and it still has incredible reviews, so I purchased another one. This is the black shade, and I'm going to do a classic winged eyeliner. I had forgotten how quickly it dries, which is actually pretty good if you have hooded eyes like me, because a lot of times if the eyeliner doesn't dry fast enough, you may open your eyes too quickly and then the liner will end up being on the hooded lid. All right, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply the Lancome Idole mascara. All right, for blush, I'm going back to NARS, and I am using one of the shades that I have been using for years. It is called Deep Throat. It's a beautiful soft pink with a hint of sheen to it. I'm also going to run a little bit of the blush through the crease of my eye. Just to sort of tie everything together. And for some glow, I'm going to use another oldie but goodie. This is Soft and Gentle from MAC. I also applied a little bit of that underneath my brows and in my tear ducts. And now for lips, I'm using MAC Strip Down Pencil. My lipstick is Nude Pop from Clinique. And the gloss is Nymphette from MAC. Okay, I really hope you all enjoyed seeing this makeup tutorial using a full face of iconic big brands like Estee Lauder, Lancome, Clinique, MAC, Chanel, the brands that I truly think don't get enough love anymore. And they truly have a lot of great products that I think a lot of us are overlooking. I saw this Estee Lauder Beauty Essentials Supreme Kit at Nordstrom, and I have to say it brought back so many memories of when I was younger. And my grandma used to get me the Estee Lauder holiday big gift set just like that every single year, and I was in makeup heaven. I loved receiving that as a gift. And one of my favorite things to give as a gift is a candle, and Nest candles are some of my favorites. They truly fill up the entire room with fragrance. And in addition to the Nest candles, I also really love these from Voluspa. Who doesn't love an amazing smelling candle? So as I mentioned earlier, the links to everything will be down below in the description box, as well as the shade names that I used in case I forgot to mention them during the demo. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Risa Does Makeup family. I would love to have you. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.